All right, welcome back to Radio Islam International. We are honored to have in our studio here at Nasraq the Premier of the Eastern Cape, Mr. Oscar Mabuyane. Welcome to Radio Islam International. Thank you for your time.
Thank you very much. Good morning to you, sir, and good morning to your viewers as well.
What did you make of proceedings as they unfolded yesterday? There was obviously the delay that we know about, and there was the hackling, the late entrance of former President Jacob Zuma that caused a disruption. Many ANC members outside the conference venue seem to be suggesting that they are fast losing hope as to whether the ANC can renew itself. They got the fear that the factionalism is too deep-rooted. What's your thoughts on that?
The renewal of the ANC is inevitable. We are really in an untenable situation. There is no way. Whatever that we do here, the only thing that can save ANC, that can give ANC another 100 years existence, is only the renewal. All the problems that you see, living problems, are actually an epitome of the ANC existential crisis. So you've got to get leadership that must stop that. It's a bit of anarchy, it's uncalled for. We should not really be where we are. And we've been saying, develop institutionalized systems that you develop in the ANC, whether it's membership system or it's your registration systems. You can't have an organization that has gone through the more than 50 conferences, but is still behaving as if it's an organization that is not organized, not professional. We're 110 years, and yes, many of those years probably would have been banned, but we've learned. We've been here in this kind of a governing party. We must send a clear message. Young people watching ANC there must be inspired, must have hope for their future. So clearly this is regrettable. You can't have a registration going beyond. It's just that when you abdicate your responsibility or shifting from what you used to do better, because we used to have pre-registrations. When people come, they simply get their tags and leave. Remember, you can imagine people from Eastern Cape traveling the whole night, 12 hours, get here in the morning hoping that they will get their tags at 9. They spend another 12 hours on queues here, having not refreshed, having not actually recovered. So it's bad. It's a terrible treatment, and leadership that must be elected here must be leadership that takes those issues into mind. You make ANC look good if you want ANC to be respected by people. It's not just about making it good, give it cosmetics. It's about doing what is good for the ANC, so that what comes out of ANC is a clear indication of an organization that is serious on its renewal. The fact that we are talking about renewal while implementing is an acknowledgement of all these sort of problems and challenges that ANC is going through. So a renewed ANC will be an ANC without all this. So ANC will be straightforward, will be known, everyone will understand the line of the organization.
That will certainly be what everyone is hoping for, but is that realistic as an expectation? The reason I ask is that people say, go right back to Polokwane in 2007. That's when we saw this kind of trend emerging, hackling, the chair losing control, that time being Tara Lakota. Then we saw in Mangaung, maybe to a lesser extent, again in Nasraq 2017 to a greater extent. This time around, a former president intentionally, seemingly making a late entrance so that there's a disruption. KZN delegates hackling the incumbent president. ANC delegates bad-mouthing the current chair, saying he tries to chair processes like a mafia. So it's now the last 17, 18 years that this trend seems to be continuing. What is different this time around that, it'll change?
ANC must deal with indiscipline, full stop. You don't have to talk about all these other issues and feelings of individuals. ANC is an organization that is highly regulated, that has got constitution. We join ANC. ANC doesn't join us, and we join it voluntarily. That simply means all what you believe in, all what you like, it might not necessarily be all covered there. But it's always bad when you see people who have been so privileged, who got everything through ANC, who became better people in this country and the world because of the ANC, failing to reciprocate that back to the ANC and see all what we are saying. It's unfortunate, but if you plant a wind, you will reap whirlwind. And you must avoid that. And you will see that happening a few years down the line. This is the highest political school of the ANC. Many people who are coming here for the first time, are young people. So for them to be exposed and experience something like that, it's something that should be avoided at all costs, and it cannot be allowed to continue unabated.
On a personal level, you standing, right, Deputy President, what made you make that decision? What led you to that decision?
branches of the ANC led me, as they led me in 2009 when they elected me as a secretary of the province, and I've served the secretary's office for 2 terms, almost 8 years in the province. They elected me as a chairperson. I've served 4 years. Now I'm almost 14 years, and they feel like all what I've tried to do, putting together things in the province for ANC. If you go there, you will see Eastern Cape stable, disciplined, normal, like other few provinces. That's a kind of work that you put into this for you to get into someone. So I think branches of the ANC on nominating me, of which I'm humbled by that, realize that looking at challenges that we have nationally, because what you have just spoken about is a sign of a challenge that must be arrested. Thought that probably I can contribute in that collective, and I've just been humbled by that, and I've accepted nomination. It's not that I've dreamt about this, and it's not in my career plans. I've never even thought about it, as I've never thought about being a premier. So every time I'm given a responsibility and I'm assigned, I make sure that I don't fail.
How does it feel as a candidate that you nominated for a particular position? You've got enough nominations to get onto the ballot, but Paul Mashatile is quite a distance ahead. Do you feel, okay, it's not likely, but I stay the course, or what's your thoughts around that?
We're starting from zero now. When you go there, you start from zero. When people vote for you, they start from zero. So we are equal. Whether you were nominated by 10 branches versus 5 or 2, so now we are equal. We are actually moving, starting from that initial sort of velocity at the same time. So I don't think there's an issue about that. Issues are lobbying and all that, what is currently unfolding. So if I garner a lot of support from delegates, why not? Now I'm on the ballot. It's not a question of I've been nominated by fewer branches. I can tell you, I will get more votes than the branches that nominated me here. Yeah, that's a fact.
Last question. I know you've got quite a bit of commitments. You're part of those candidates who are much younger than the current leadership. Do you also have this view that the ANC needs now a younger leadership by comparison? I mean, young and old is a very relative thing. Many old people don't consider themselves old, and many young people don't consider themselves young. But yourself, and I suppose others like Ronald Lamola, who's perhaps younger than you, do you feel that you need younger faces, younger individuals within the highest leadership of the party?
Definitely, yes. You need zeal, you need energy, you need will, you need agility. But you need both young and old. That combination will blend, give you what you would want to see in an old liberation movement like ANC. So younger people might also drive ANC to crazy things. So it's important that you do that, because this is a transitional arrangement. So where you are able to get exposed and learn, and you will never learn ANC because of your legal exposure at a regional or provincial. So you only learn ANC better when you are dealing with ANC from a national perspective. So you definitely need to have a generational mix in the ANC. That helps to address as well your challenge of succession. Currently, ANC is bad on arranging succession. It's terrible. The fact that now we've got all these contestations, so number of people in the deputy president post, people think about succession more than to say, what can I do as a deputy? More than what is likely to happen if the other one is not there, then I become this. So that's where we are also trying to inculcate a new culture in the ANC, to say how best are we able to prepare ANC better to really navigate all these troubled waters moving forward.
Mr. Mabuyane, thank you for your time. We really appreciate it. And all the best for the conference.
Good.
Have a great day.
Thank you very much. Bye-bye.
Bye.